cartels. Yamunatira Chagi. Like cartels. Yamunatira Chagi. Hare Mahava Jabihari. Hare Mahava Jabihari. Upinanamalava Jabihari. Upinanamalava Jabihari. Yashodanandana Vajanarandana Yashodanandana Vajanarandana Yamunatira Varachari Yamunatira Varachari Madhava Kunjabihari. Madhava Kunjabihari. Vishnupada Paramahansa Vibhajikacharya Astotra Satsisiman A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki jai. Nanta Koti Vaishnava ki jai. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki jai. Prem Sika Host Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda ki jai. Shri Radha Krishna Gopinath Shyamakunda Radha Kunda Yadavani ki jai. Vrindavan Dham ki jai. Navadev Dham ki jai. Mathura Dham ki jai. Bhakti Devi ki jai. Tulsi Devi ki jai. Murmai ki jai. Gangamai ki jai. Mudit Bhaktivinoda ki jai. All glories to the Summon Lord. All glories to the Summon Lord. All glories to the Summon Lord. Gorpamirandi Hari Hari Bo. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Rang Chaivanarottam Devim Sadatim Tojayam. As to praise Shri Bhadeshu Nityang Bhagavat Sevaya Uttama Shloka. Was it? Again, Nashtapraye Shri Bhadeshu Nityang Bhagavat Sevaya Bhagavat Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naisi. Bhagavatam, second canto, chapter 9. Text. Text. What? Varam Varaya Padam Te Varisham Ma Vivanchitam Raman Shreya Parishramaha Pumsam Mat Darshana Avadvi Varamvaraya Padam Te Varisham Navipanchitam Raman Shreya Parishrama Pumsam Mat Darshana Avadvi Varamvaraya Padam Te Haresham Ma Vivanchitam Ramanshaya Parishrama Samadarshanavadi Parambraya Padramte Haresham Vanchitam Ramanshaya Parishrama Samadarshanavadi
Varambaraya Bhadram Te Vareshama Bhivanchitam Brahmanshaya Parishrama Pumsama Darshanavadihi Varambaraya Bhadram Te Vareshama Bhivanchitam Brahmanshaya Parishrama Pumsama Darshanavadihi Varamvaraya Bhadram Te Varesham Ramantraya Parishramaha Samadharshanavadihi Varamvaraya Bhadram Te Vareshamadhivanchitam Ramantraya Parishrama Samadharshanavadhi
Padram te Vareshamaభిvanchitam Brahman Shreya Parishrama Pumsam Darshanavarihi Varam Varaya Badram te Vareshamaభిvanchitam Brahman Shreya Parishrama Pumsatma Darshana.
That's for you. Your turn. Here we chant.
Varam varaya bhadrante varesham abhivanchitam brahman shreyam parishtama pumsatma darshana vadihi.
Benediction. Varaya, just ask from. Bhadram, auspicious. Te, unto you. Varisham, the giver of all benediction. Mam, from me. Abhivanchitam, wishing. Brahman, O Brahma. Shreya, the ultimate success. Parishramaha, for all penances. Pumsam, for everyone. Mat, my. Darshana, realization. Avadhi, up to the limit of. Translation. I wish you good luck, O Brahma. You may ask for me, the giver of all benediction, all that you may desire. You may know that the ultimate benediction, as the result of all penances, is to see me by realization. Want to read the purport?
The ultimate realization of the Supreme Lord is knowing and seeing face to face the personality of Godhead.
Right. Read that again.
The ultimate realization of the Supreme Truth is knowing and seeing face to face the personality of Godhead. Realization of the impersonal Brahman and localized Paramatma features of the personality of Godhead is not ultimate realization. When one realizes the Supreme Lord, one does not struggle hard to perform such penances. The next stage of life is to discharge devotional service to the Lord just to satisfy Him. In other words, one who has realized and seen the Supreme Lord has attained all perfection because everything is included in that highest perfectional stage. The impersonalists and the pseudo-mystics, however, cannot reach this state.
Yeah, so the word darshana is so important here because it's translated as realization. Sometimes darshana means seeing. So to see the Lord, of course, is part of the realization, but it's the whole. To have darshan of the Lord actually means to see Him, to be in His presence, to feel His love, to love Him, to get benediction from Him, to everything, all the possible experiences are available on the spiritual platform. Whereas, as we mentioned sometime in the past, they're not available in the material, or what to speak of in the impersonal. In material, there's so many limitations. It's like the example of a reflection of a object. In the reflection, there's so many things missing. You have the reflection of an apple, but no taste, no real no fragrance, no nutrition, nothing. You just get to see it. That's all. And don't see it completely. You can't go around. See on the other side, you see one front. That's limitations of the material world. So that's multiplied unlimited fold because spiritual is eternal. Because how many times bigger than something? If it's infinity, if it's an infinite number, there's no way to calculate. Our life is eternal, but we're thinking our life is 100 years. So how many hundreds can you fit in infinity? Infinite, yes, it's unlimited. So it's unlimited. We can't even put a number on how much better the spiritual experience is material, because it's infinite. If you say Krishna consciousness is 10,000 times more blissful than this, that's an understatement. Why are you saying that understatement? That's an offense. Some devotee just offended the Lord. What? I was saying it's 10,000 times better than living in the material world. How can I be offending? That's a limitation. If you say singing Hare Krishna is 10 million times better than singing I love you, yeah. No, big offense. Now you're comparing the name of the Lord to some mundane thing, like, or even getting the punya, getting the benefit from performing some fruitive activity. You perform some fruitive activity, you get some punya. And then if you compare it and say, but you can get 10,000 times more punya from performing devotional service. It's an offense. He's Pashandi. Or if he says, this Brahma is powerful, and Krishna is 10,000 times more powerful than Brahma. That's a great offense. You have to be called a name. One who minimizes the Lord. Because Brahma was thinking he was powerful. The story is told by Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Chaitanya Charitamrita. Krishna had called the Brahma to come, or Brahma came to visit him. And so he said, Krishna wanted to know which Brahma was. So Brahma, four-headed Brahma, father of the Kumaras. He was thinking one Brahma. Then he saw Brahmas with 2 heads, 10 heads. No, 4 he had. So next one was 8, 16, 30. Thousands of heads. That was just a sample. So if you say that Krishna is only 10 million times more powerful than Brahma, you're an offender. You're comparing him to an ordinary person. So this gives an idea here. The darshan. To have darshan of the Lord is not like having you see somebody else, see some other person. There's no one that compares. He's incomparable in every aspect. Wealth, How much wealth is there? This is called, what is it? Frog in the well philosophy. Kupa Nyaya, was it? It's the first word? Kupa. Frog in the well philosophy. Look that up in Nyaya. N-Y-A. N-A-Y-A. N-Y-A-Y-A. Nyaya. Kupa Nyaya. Or Frog Nyaya, and then you'll find it. And the logic is that the pardon? Hunda Manduka. Kupa Manduka. Yeah, that means frog. Manduka. Yeah. So the frog in the well logic is that a frog lives in a well. And they generally don't go out of the well. They live their whole life there. And you never see frogs at the beach. You ever seen frogs at a beach? So one frog, he had gone out somewhere. He came back to this frog. He knew him in the well. He said, I saw the ocean. I had a special arrangement. Someone took me out and saw the ocean. It was the ocean. It was a body of water, vast. You never seen an ocean? It's bigger than my well. Oh, this is Dr. Frog. He lived in his well, he was a doctor. Yeah. It's bigger than your well, there's no comparison. I saw the ocean, I was astounded. So Dr. Frog said, is it twice as big? He began measuring. 3 times as big? Okay, 5 times as big? All right, 10 times as big? And the person said, you can't compare it to your well. But the frog, poor Dr. Frog, couldn't imagine. Because that's what happens when you try to understand the absolute truth with your limited senses. Taksha Krishna Namadi, Nabalik Ramandre. Sevamukhi Jivaro Swameva Sparata. You can't understand or perceive the absolute truth, Krishna's name, form, pastimes, with our limited senses. The limited senses simply cannot stretch. They don't have that capacity. Well, then how will I understand it? If I can't understand through my eyes, through sense perception, that's what I do everything. That's how I get all my knowledge. I get my knowledge from my senses, my eyes, my ears, my nose. These are the knowledge acquiring senses. I get feelings through my skin. I get feelings of warmth through my skin. And through breathing, I get fragrances. So if you're saying I can't experience this thing you're talking about through my senses, and it sounds like, I don't know, there's no way, it's just imagination then. How are you just imagining it? No, it's not imagination. That's what they'll say. They'll say it's not through the senses. Where did you get this Krishna? Has anyone seen him? They'll say, no one's seen God. Therefore, God doesn't exist. Nobody in America can claim to have seen God. They may claim it, but then when you ask them to prove it, give some proof of the seeing, no proof. And you say, yeah, he looked like this and that. He told me this. Not proof. So if you want proof and you want evidence that only works on your senses, then you'll be disappointed. You'll not be able to see God that way. Naham prakasha sarvasya yogamaya samavrita mudho yam navijanati loko mamajamabi. Where are the other doors, by the way? Cooking. Okay. They can hear. Hi. You can hear in the kitchen? Oh, okay, good. Nice. Well, you can't really hear about Krishna. You can't hear by using your senses. That's what we just said. So they say, no, we can't hear because we only have our senses here. That would be humble. But that wouldn't be true because these devotees can hear. Well, how come they can hear? Their ears are no different than anyone else's ears. What do you say? How come they can hear in the kitchen and others with the same kind of ears, maybe from the same family, the ears look almost the same? Yeah. They're hearing through Taksha Krishna Namadi Nat Bhavegrayam Indriyai Sevan Mukhi Hi Jivado Swayameva Sprachata. So they're hearing from Jivado because they're engaging the senses in the service of the Lord. If you engage your senses, same senses that you used for sense gratification, you can also engage them in the service of the Lord. And then they work. Then they work for realizing the Lord because they become expanded. That thing that you were just using, you didn't know how to use it. It's like taking, a computer, big opulent computer, using it to bang hammer or hammer nails. You can do that. It's not the best use for it. You get much more value out of it if you know how to use it. So they have all these senses, but they don't know how to use them. They just use them for banging nails. They use their eyes just for looking at material forms. What a waste. Have you ever seen spiritual form? How do you see spiritual form? It has spiritual eyes. So it says jivado, beginning with the tongue. Tongue, this is how you understand the Lord. How you can see the Lord, perceive the Lord through spiritual senses means beginning with the tongue. And what does the tongue do? That tongue tastes and vibrates. It tastes food, tastes prasadam. That's spiritual. It doesn't just taste food. Tasting food is what the karmis do with their tongues. But a devotee uses his tongue to taste the Lord, the prasadam of the Lord. That's his benediction. That's his mercy. Prasad means mercy. And tongue vibrates. You can chant if you have a tongue. If you don't have a tongue, well, you can chant it. You have to chant without your tongue. You can chant with your mind. You can chant in the mind. Mind can also chant. But if you do have a tongue, then you should use it in chanting, vibrating. Mostly Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Other names of God are also, like they have Vishnu Sahasranam, 1,000 names of Vishnu, 1,000 names of Balaram, 1,000 names. It's different. Hare Smita has many of these. 1,000 names of Yamuna is given in the Hare Smita. You thought Yamuna was just a river. She's a goddess. So many facets. She needs 1,000 names. And that's still not enough. It's like Ananta Shesha, he's chanting the names of the glories of the Lord with his 1,000 tongues, but he can't come to the end. This is unlimited qualities of the Lord. So everything spiritual is Ananta, unlimited. That means you can have as much as you want. Lord Chaitanya would serve big helpings. And so there's no limit to what the Lord can eat. Lord Jagannath, just to give a sample, he eats 56 times a day. Imagine, we have how many offerings here? And you have very loudly. Yeah, I have 56 in a day. So, and that's just the beginning. If you really wanted to get into worshiping the Lord, you have to have thousands of offerings every second. And his pastimes is not just limited to 18 volumes or 18,000 verses. His pastimes unlimited. So you won't be bored. You think, I've already read the Bhagavatam, read the Chaitanya Charitamrita. What's next? And there's so much. Lord's pastimes in all different universes and different kalpas. You find sometimes differences. In one kalpa, Lord appears and does this, and another kalpa he may do something a bit different. He's completely free to do everything he likes. Nothing can limit him. So now he's wishing from a good luck. We generally don't worship people good luck. Well, we do. May good fortune come to you. Good fortune. Vajram, yes. Varam, benediction. I wish you good luck. Now, when Lord Vishnu wishes you good luck, he wishes you good fortune. He's the husband of the goddess of fortune. She can give you any amount of wealth. That's why Brahmins are poor, though, generally, because of that. Who was that Brahmin? Made the offense? Rigu? Yeah, Brahmin. He went there and he was testing the deities, Brahma, Shiva, and Vishnu. And when he came to Vishnu, he made the offense of putting his foot on the chest of Lord Vishnu. test what he would do. And Vishnu was very humble. He said, I'm sorry for any offense. He took it that he had offended the Brahmin by his hard chest. So, but Goddess of Fortune didn't appreciate that. So, from that time forward, Brahmins didn't get much money, much wealth. So, if you're thinking which Varna you should go into, don't choose to be a Brahmin because probably won't get much wealth. But never mind, because austerity is the wealth of the Brahmins. Here are the words Haresham, Parishrama, for all penances. Well, it also means hard work, right? We know from that. What was that? Pa, ba, 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 pa. Pa, pa, ba, ba, ma. Harish, what is it? Pava, pava, pavarga. Pavarga. So pavarga in Sanskrit, there's 5 pavargas in that line, beginning with pa, P-A. That's how we write it. Stands for Pavishram. Hard labor, all penances, hard struggle. Pa, 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 pa. Painilla, foam at the mouth. After hard labor, then foam at the mouth. And ba, Pavishram. Hard struggle or work hard. And then pa, paya, fear, and ma, mritu, death. That's pavarga. And apavarga means just the opposite. No hard work, no foaming at the mouth, no frustration, no fear, and no death. Apavarga. Therefore, apavarga is better, and the material is not very good. You may ask for me, the giver of all benedictions. Now, all benedictions come from Krishna. That means no one else is a benediction giver. Is that true? Yeah, other people can give benedictions too. So it's wrong. I told you, write to the company here, this Bhaktivedanta Book Trust, tell them they printed something wrong because it said that he's the giver of all benediction. It's wrong. Right? Yeah. Yeah. Others can give benedictions, but they're all giving away Krishna's things. They give it away. They say it's from me, but it's from Krishna. That's like people when they say, especially in India, Prabhupada would run to people. And they say, yes, we're interested in feeding the poor. He said, what will you feed them with? What have you got? And this man's wealthy, he's a multi-billionaire. He's thinking, I've got so much. Well, you have nothing. You have nothing to give. You don't own anything. You're falsely thinking you own it. It's like today I'm going to give away. They had this show in my childhood, The Millionaire. I don't know if you ever saw it. His name was something for Tipton. Anyway. So what the story was that every week in the television show, yes, I watched every week. This is before I came to Krishna consciousness. or before I started trying to come to Krishna consciousness. So this man would go out as a representative of this very wealthy man, and he would write a check of $1 million and give it to someone. It seemed like random. No one could figure out why me. Kind of like we have the lotto. You know about the lotto? If you win the lotto, you get $1 million, more than $1 million. How many million? In Missouri, anyone know? Yeah, I think Missouri maybe 80 million. Yeah, you win the lotto. So this $1 million in those days, in the 50s, was really a lot of money. That's like billions now. And then the show was all about what he did with what he or she did with $1 million after becoming a millionaire. I don't know if they didn't show something like a person he went out to a gambling casino, lost it all in about 2 hours or something. They may not have shown that. But anyway, the benediction was that the person who was giving out the check, he wasn't the real giver of the benediction. He was just acting as his assistant. So that's the real point. You say you're giving out so much free food to people from your pocket, but how did it get in your pocket? Where'd you get it? I got it from the earth. Where'd the earth get it? So everyone says, "This is my land. This is our country." How'd you get it? You got it from the Indians. How'd they get it? They got it from them. But they don't know the origin. The real origin is, who is the originator of this earth, or this wealth, or this water that you're giving away and claiming credit for yourself. You're saying, you feel good. I gave away $1 million today. I feel great. And people come up and say, "You're so magnanimous." He said, "Yes, I'm magnanimous." But he's a fraud. He's giving away someone else's property. So anyone who claims that he's a big donor is a fraud. Anyone who claims he owns this, sometimes they'd say, "Why did Krishna dance with so many women? Why did he marry so many wives," or whatever? Probably, your wife is also Krishna's wife. You're the one that's going with other man's wives. Krishna is the only husband. No other husband. You're not the husband. So people, they don't have to see things properly. It's not my house, not my car, it's not my wife, it's not even my body. They say it's a woman's right to choose, because they say it's her body. She can have abortions or not. It's her right to choose. It's her body. Not her body, though. Her body doesn't belong to her. It belongs to God. So she can't use it the way she wants to use it. She has to use it the way the owner wants it to be used. Everything should be used. Om Purnamadak Purnamidam. Everything should be used for the supreme control, the owner. He owns everything, and everything should be used for his purpose, to please him. Thank you very much. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.